The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Good evening everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of BMC Global Live Al Hilal Health World Nothing But Lifestyle. I am Jasila Mujib. In each episode of this talk show, we bring before you an expert doctor to address your health queries and to assist you in your journey towards good health. Today's topic is tooth decay in children. We have Dr. Tabassum Thoyab. She is a pediatric dentist from Al Hilal Hospital. She comes with an experience of 14 years. She has published many articles in pediatric journals. Let's welcome doctor to the show and move on to the topic. Hello doctor, welcome to the show. It's my pleasure to have you here to discuss this topic, tooth decay in children.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you. So, is tooth decay a matter of concern in children? And how often do you have this type of tooth decay? How often you encounter this tooth decay in your practice?
Yes, it is a major cause of concern, tooth decay in children. Did you know that Center for Disease and Prevention says it is the most common infectious disease in children? 5 times more commonly seen than asthma and 7 times more commonly seen than hay fever in children. So yes, according to research and prevalent rates, it is extremely common. And 99% of children that come to my practice come with the complaint of tooth decay.
Okay. Doctor, around what age are children prone to tooth decay?
See, babies get teeth around 6 months onwards, though it's a range. So, although the effect of tooth decay can start from 6 months, for it to be clinically visible, it takes a little time. So, from 10 months to a year, the signs of tooth decay are visible. And the tooth decay in children has a very unique pattern as opposed to adults. So, anything from 6 months to 6 years is what we call early childhood caries, or what was originally known as nursing caries.
Nursing caries.
Right.
So you mean mostly the bottle-fed children are more prone to decay?
See, this was an old term, nursing caries, and what it suggested, it gave a very simplistic cause for tooth decay. So people thought, or parents thought, that only bottle-fed children would get tooth decay.
Okay.
However, research has found many other causes. So this is an infectious multifactorial disease. Hence, that term is no longer used, and the new term we use is early childhood caries.
Okay, so doctor, what are the causes of tooth decay? So some people say that more sugar will cause tooth decay, but people who are not consuming much sugar also have the tendency for tooth decay. Can you explain this?
Right. When people say sugar is the cause, they have got part of the question right for this dental dilemma. So the requirements, it's not such a simplistic thing, otherwise management would be very easy for tooth decay. You just stop sugar and then you don't have tooth decay.
Yes, yes.
But like you're saying, you don't have sugar and you still have cavities. So the reason for this is there are 3 primary criterion required for tooth decay to form in your children. One is specific type of bacteria. So bacteria, you need bacteria. Once bacteria, where do bacteria lodge? You need teeth. So you need bacteria, you need teeth, and then you need to feed this bacteria. So sugar. So bacteria, teeth and sugar are the primary criteria for tooth decay to occur in children.
Okay. So the bacteria, you mean bacterial infections transmitted from mother to child, is it so?
Yes, we're talking about babies, right? So from where are children picking up bacteria? So when they are born from the birth canal, they are picking up bacteria from the mother, and then when they're born, they are picking up bacteria from the external environment. And it's not possible to stop the bacteria from the child getting bacteria, right? So it's not possible to keep a sterile environment for the baby. So that's how bacterial transmission occurs from the mother to the child.
Can we prevent the bacterial infection from the mother to the child?
So you're saying bacterial transmission cannot be stopped.
Yeah, okay.
Like right now we have so many bacteria on our external surface. The better way would be to reduce the bacterial load in your child's mouth. And this you can accomplish by following 4 simple steps. Firstly, do not share utensils or food with your child. Okay. Do not taste food or drink first and then give it to your baby. When a pacifier or a milk bottle falls on the floor, don't clean it with your saliva and then put it into the baby's mouth. And try and avoid kissing your baby on the lips or allowing him or her to put her hands in your mouth and then stick it back in their mouth. So this is the reasons for bacterial transmission, and they're easy. If you just follow these steps, you can help the baby not to pick up your infection.
Okay, we have the habit of kissing the babies on the lips.
Yes, you shouldn't actually. The cheek is okay, the forehead, the hands, but not the lips. Okay. Avoid them.
Doctor, you told sugar is the reason for bacterial, tooth decay.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Right. So, like parents come and say, my child doesn't have much sugar. So sugar means not just the granulated form. Sugar comes in many different ways. So it's hidden in food. For example, ketchup has a lot of sugar, chips, crackers, cakes, biscuits. cereal, flavored milk, flavored yogurt, all this has a high amount of sugar. So if you're giving your child all of this, especially in between meals snacking, this is increasing their risk of developing tooth decay. So if you're asking me how do I make those healthy choices, I wouldn't say stop sugar altogether in their diet, but you can definitely restrict the intake. So 2 to 3 teaspoons per day is a good enough amount of sugar that they can consume. Anything above that, yes, daily. Okay. That's all their requirement is. Okay. Anything over and above that, yes, you're increasing the risk of developing tooth decay.
Another factor you mentioned is the tooth.
Yes, the tooth itself.
Can you explain that?
Okay, so for bacteria to act, they need a tooth surface. Yeah. And some teeth are susceptible actually to tooth decay. The molars, which are the last teeth that come in the oral cavity, they have something called fissures on their chewing surface. This is where food accumulates the most and causes tooth decay eventually. Now in children, what happens, they have a unique challenge. At 6 years, when the new molars or the adult teeth are coming out, they are not in line with the rest of the teeth. So they are below the tooth level, and it's very difficult to clean these teeth. The brush is not able to reach these areas, so food gets accumulated, and by the time the teeth have come into line with the rest of the teeth, the cavity has already started. Okay. So the best way, we do have a solution to prevent this tooth decay from happening in newly erupted teeth. What we offer is placement of sealants. It's a viscous plastic material that we flow into the fissure areas and seal it so that food gets accumulated on top of these sealed fissures, so it damages the sealant and not the tooth. So the next time your child is coming for a dental examination, do ask your dentist more regarding these sealants.
Sealants, you mean?
Sealants, yes.
Okay.
And it's for 6 years plus, children
for
6 years
okay.
plus.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
What are the consequences of tooth decay in children?
Well, there are many consequences ranging from morphological to functional. When I say morphological, you will see the tooth getting affected. So how does the tooth get affected? There is a change in color. So cavities, the first initial sign of decay getting initiated in your tooth is it changes color to white. It becomes opaque, and then it turns yellow, then brown, and then finally black. And then when it turns black, then it starts forming a hole in the tooth, and then some teeth may also break because of this. So the functional consequence of then the tooth decay starts now when the tooth either has a large hole or it has fractured, in the sense chewing difficulties start. When a tooth is that badly damaged, the chewing efficiency of that tooth has drastically reduced, about 80 to 90%. So one way of parents to be alerted that their child has tooth decay is suddenly the child is showing a preference for a particular food texture. They prefer liquids or semi-solid foods. They are avoiding hard substances to chew. That means they have a chewing difficulty, or they show a preference either right side or left side chewing. So this should alert the parents that this is a chewing difficulty. So bring them in for a examination. If it's the front teeth that are getting damaged and destroyed by tooth decay, then children have speech difficulties. When I say speech difficulties, they have difficulty pronouncing certain syllables like S, L, V. So what happens is the teacher sometimes tells the parent, I can't understand what some of the words your child is speaking in class. So then the parents should understand that this is a speech impediment caused by tooth decay. So come in for an examination. The good news is that this is a transient, temporary effect, and once the new teeth come, these speech difficulties will settle down. And probably the worst consequence of tooth decay is infection. So everyone knows if it's a swollen face, you can understand it's an infection. But sometimes there are gum boils forming on the abscesses, little abscesses on the gums. So this also requires attention, medical attention. So do bring him in for an examination.
Okay. Since you explained the consequences, can you explain the treatment options for tooth decay now?
Right, there are plenty of options that we have to treat children with tooth decay. If it is just discoloration and the child is complaining of food getting stuck in between the teeth, then you bring him in and most probably we'll do an X-ray, and it is possible to fix this tooth with a simple filling. But if the child is complaining of pain, say pain to hot or cold or to sweet, or the pain is not subsiding without giving an analgesic, or the child is unable to sleep at night, this means that the infection has spread deeper into the tooth, and it may require either a root canal or a extraction.
Oh, so we can do root canal for children?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, is it safe?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Root canals can be done at any age on any tooth, although the principle for root canals in adults and children is one and the same, in the sense we're going into the root, we're cleaning the root and filling the root. It differs from how it is in adults. In adults, you have prolonged treatment times, it's more complicated. In children, it's not so complicated. So it's a good question you asked, is it a painful procedure for children? It is. Any root canal is painful, whether for babies or for adults, but we are able to very successfully handle that pain with a local anesthetic. But in children, the problem is not so much pain, it is their cooperative ability. Some children are extremely anxious or extremely scared, so they're not able to cope because they don't want that injection or shot. So for such children, you know, a dental treatment is also establishing a good attitude towards oral health. So if you hold the child down and force the treatment, then you cause trauma that they may carry on into adulthood, and they will not like dental treatment. So for that, a safer option would be treating children under general anesthesia.
Is it safe for the children to be under general anesthesia? Any benefits for that?
Yes, absolutely. Especially for children who are very young and have multiple teeth that need root canals and caps and things like that. General anesthesia is a relatively safe procedure and easy to do and very comfortable for the children. There are risks involved. Any dental or medical intervention, there are risks involved. So the risks from the anesthetic procedure come either from the procedure itself and of course the underlying health of the child. So if your child is healthy, then very minimal risks and maximum benefit. But if you have underlying medical conditions, say uncontrolled asthma, okay, yes, we can't put him under GA. But risks from the procedure itself, these procedures we do on chair side and it is very safe and effective. So the same thing we're doing under general anesthesia, so it does not cause any general health complications because of the procedure.
So you told about root canal.
Yes.
So what happens if a child cries in between root canal, like he's not comfortable?
That's what, this is the best option, either sedation or we have complete GA, put him under general anesthesia. And what I've usually seen is when they come up for their follow-up appointments after GA, the same child that was kicking and crying, refusing to enter the dental treatment, refusing to sit on the chair and open his mouth, now comes unassisted and sits on the dental chair, opens his mouth, because now the child has confidence that whatever it is that you're fixing his teeth, but he is comfortable. He hasn't been, and he has no memory also, because GA removes that memory, makes you amnesic. So it's very, how should I say, comfortable for the child especially.
So doctor, any advice from your side for our viewers, especially the young mothers with new babies?
Oh yes.
For their good oral hygiene?
Oh yes, absolutely. So my take-home message for young mothers would be, especially pregnant women, fix your dental problems. If you have any cavities during your pregnancy, make sure that all of them are taken care of and your dental treatment is completed before your child is born, because now you have learned that you are the primary person who is transmitting these bacteria to your baby. So that's the best act of love that you can do for your baby. The second thing is, I want mothers to be aware that there can be healthy feeding practices and unhealthy feeding practices. So here the bone of contention is not, I'm not advocating stop breastfeeding or stop bottle feeding. What I'm saying is stop breast or bottle feeding in the night, especially after the first tooth has come into the oral cavity, and by 1 year when more teeth have come in, you should have completely weaned night feeding for the child. So that's a healthy feeding practice, because what happens in the night is there is, if you're going to keep the breast or the bottle in the mouth throughout the night, then milk gets pooled around the teeth and saliva is not flowing. Saliva is protective. It washes away all the bad things in the mouth. So that saliva is less during the night. So the protective effect of that is lost. And then this leads to tooth decay in children. So babies don't have sweets, do not have access to chocolates. How are they getting it? It is from nocturnal or night feeding. So be aware of that. And the last message is start cleaning your the baby's teeth from the time it first is visible in the mouth. So even if it is one, you don't have to use a brush, but you can use a gauze or a wipe. Dental wipes are available. So you have to keep it clean. And inculcating these healthy habits early on will empower your child to have a healthy mouth later on, because always remember, the oral cavity is the gateway to general health. If your mouth is okay, your general health is okay, but if you can't eat, no other system is actually going to work. So that is the best thing that you can do for your child.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Thank you for being with us and giving us a lot of information, lot of valuable information about tooth decay, and also giving us tips about oral hygiene.
Thank you so much. Once again. It's my pleasure being here. I hope it was informative.
Yeah, it was very informative. Thank you once again.
Thank you once again.
So viewers, I hope you got a lot of information about tooth decay, their reasons, how to prevent them, and also tips about good oral hygiene. It's time to wind up the show. This is Jasila Mujib signing off. Stay happy, stay healthy. Good night.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome during and around the opening day. A variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.